Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Navigating the Future Multimodal Ecosystem in India. I am Nidhi Burman, Senior Assistant Director from ICC, and it is my absolute pleasure to be your host today as we embark on this journey exploring the evolving landscape of multimodal logistics across India. Now, without further ado, let me invite our distinguished speakers to the dais for the inaugural session. To start with, I would like to invite Mr. Rajesh Menon, Associate Director, Maritime Expert, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Sir, please. Mr. Arun Kumar Srivastav, Member, WDRA, and former Managing Director, Central Warehousing Corporation. Mr. Mohammad Athar Saif, Co-Chair, National Infrastructure and Construction Committee and Partner, PwC. Thank you, sir. Mr. Kanishka Sethia, Chairman, National Logistics and Supply Chain Committee, ICC, and CEO, Western Couriers Limited. Thank you, sir. Mr. Archit Agarwal, Chairman, National Infrastructure and Construction Committee, Director, JR Infra Projects Limited. Thank you. As a customary, we will now proceed with the lamp lighting ceremony to mark the auspicious beginning of this forum. I invite everyone present in the dais, along with the other speakers present here, to join us in lighting the lamp. Well, thank you. As we begin with our inaugural session, I would like to invite Mr. Kanishka Sethia, Chairman, National Logistics and Supply Chain Committee, ICC, and CEO, Western Couriers Limited, to deliver the welcome address to us. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Today is a miracle for me, actually. I am used to speaking last. Today I am speaking first, so please bear with me. This is a new experience for me. First off, thank you everyone for joining us bright and early on a beautiful March morning. The weather's absolutely crisp and nice, very unlike what we have in Bombay right now. I would like to first welcome my friends, Mr. Rajesh Menon, Associate Director, Maritime Expert, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Shri Arun Kumar Srivastav, Member, WDRA, and former Managing Director, CWC. Shri Mohammad Athar Saif, Co-Chair, National Infra and Construction Committee and Partner, PwC. And my friend, Mr. Archit Agarwal, Chairman, National Infra and Construction Committee, Director, GR Infra Projects Limited. Without further ado, I want to dive into the topic at hand, which is the Gati Shakti, Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti Yojana. To set up the context slightly, I just wanted to give a couple of minutes of the history so far in the 3 years that we've had the PM Gati Shakti Yojana. So as most of you know, on Independence Day 2021, Shri Narendra Modi announced this project to boost Indian economy and economic growth. The plan was formally launched on 13th of October the same year, that is 2021, with the aim to provide multimodal connectivity infrastructure to all economic zones of India, and the same got ratified and approved on the 21st of October. So what is the aim of the Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti Yojana? The plan aims to bring all relevant ministries and departments of the GOI together and create a digital platform for more holistic and integrated planning of projects. For instance, it will interconnect ministries of Indian Railways, roadways, waterways, and airways for easy movements of goods. It will also enable transparency in monitoring current projects and provide information about upcoming connectivity projects throughout the community. The main objective of the plan is to achieve a sustained $5 trillion economy and an increase to $20 trillion economy by 2040. I want you all to grasp the number, grasp the aim and objective of this project. It's absolutely stellar. As part of this plan, Indian Railways, which is at the forefront of the Gati Shakti Yojana, will develop 400 new Vande Bharat Express in the next 3 years. This plan will also add steam to 196 critical infrastructural gap projects, from which 22 infra projects have been initially already approved. Indian Railways will also revamp 200 rail terminals within India with the latest modern facilities, and will build another 300 additional terminals in the next 5 years. This is thus aimed at revolutionizing India's infra over the next 5 to 7 years. So, having completed 3 years, where do we stand? We see that tremendous work and progress has happened on the PM Gati Shakti Yojana in all fronts, be it road, rail, river, ocean, or air. Now, the approach is basically driven by 7 engines. What are these 7 engines? Like I said, railways, roadways, ports, waterways, airports, mass transport, and finally, and most importantly, logistics infrastructure, which was the biggest bottleneck that we had inherited over the several decades. Now, with the objective to enhance ease of living, ease of doing business, minimize disruptions, and expedite completion of works with cost efficiencies, the National Master Plan has been launched. It has been developed using the latest digital master planning tools developed internally by BSAG. It's been built on an open source tech so that you can do additions, add on to it, hosted on India's own cloud server, which is Meghraj. And it provides a comprehensive database for all projects, ongoing as well as future, for initial planning, implementation, and forecasting. So this is something which is exceptional, and it doesn't have too many parallels anywhere in the world. Now, a lot of people, being from the industry, ask me why there was a need for PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. This is something which I think is critical to understand the usefulness of this project. So what were the reasons, what were the bottlenecks that the government and industry and the nation as a large was facing without the PM Gati Shakti? First of all, first and foremost, was the disjointed planning. There was no coordination or lack of coordination, leading to repeated work by several departments. A best example that all of us, if you live in Delhi, Bombay, or any of the major cities, you know that when we were growing up or in our earlier days, we would see the roads were being continuously excavated, right? Sometimes it was for laying cables, sometimes it was for gas pipes, sometimes it was for water lines, by different departments independently, causing continuous public disruption and wasteful expenditure. So this is what I mean by disjointed planning. So what if there was an umbrella structure which would get everyone together and your road laying work could be done once instead of on a continuous basis? Now, similarly, another example is non or underutilization of installed infrastructure. So several times we saw that the capacity was built up, but it was inefficiently planned, leading to a point in which the infrastructure projects were working at much below optimal capacity. One of the best examples I can give you here is of the LNG terminal in Kochi, which though came into full installed capacity in 2013, did not hit its full capacity operationally due to delayed pipeline connectivity. So the last mile bottleneck created an issue in which we were not able to use the capacity that we had. Another example in the same line, lack of standardization. Each component of infra was designed as a unique project despite similar specifications, which led to a lot of wasteful expenditure across departments, across cities, across the states. The best example of this, being a user of the rail system, is the railway overbridge. Now, each and every rail overbridge required fresh Ministry of Road Transport and Highways design and Ministry of Railways approval. This would lead to stretched timelines, causing public inconvenience as well as a huge cost overrun. Lack of coordination always, leads to further delays for clearances, approvals. For example, delays in obtaining even a single approval can cascade into significant project setbacks. And a small approval leading to significant cascading effect. When I was researching, I found the best example actually right here in Delhi. A portion of the Delhi-MoRTH Expressway faced an 11-month delay due to pending railway approval for one single ROB despite complete road construction. So one roundabout caused an 11-month delay for a critical national project, which is the Delhi-MoRTH Expressway. That is what I mean by lack of coordination in clearances. So now that we've understood the reason for doing it, how does the PM Gati Shakti help in removing these barriers, right? So we've understood the barriers. How do we do it? The first thing that we do is the master plan to actually use our great competence, which is IT and, IT-related services. So the first thing that was done was a geospatial intelligence for smarter planning and monitoring, utilizing real-time data from GIS, satellite imagery, PMGS, which provides data-driven insights for more informed decision-making. So it's not that the decision-making was not informed earlier, it's much more informed, much more coordinated now. Smart logistics for enhanced efficiencies. The Unified Logistics Interface Platform, which is the ULIP, is designed to improve efficiencies, transparencies, and coordination with the logistics sectors. And most importantly now, breaking silos for a collective vision. The National Planning Group, the NPG, is synchronizing efforts across ministries to ensure cohesive infra development at the least cost, at the fastest pace. And finally, revolutionizing project planning with digital surveys. Project preparation is now much faster, much more accurate. I want to give you an example. In a year, the Ministry of Railways has planned over 400 railway projects covering 27,000 kilometers of railway lines, which is exceptional. Now, when you have all this information, you have connectivity, what can you do? You can actually do multimodal connectivity by integrating highways, railways, roadways, airports, mass transits to create an ease of movement, not only for humans as well as for goods. This will basically streamline our supply chains, reduce our national expenditure on logistics, and be a win-win for the entire industry. Now, once you streamline clearance processes, for example, another example that I found, Environment Ministry's online environmental clearance system has reduced approval timelines from 600 days to 160 days. So it's almost a fourth of where we were. Do we need to improve further? Of course we do, but we are almost 4 times faster than where we were less than 5 years ago. And finally, I want to touch on what are the challenges that are being faced in the PM Gati Shakti plan. Issues of interoperability and non-digitization of government data remains a very big bottleneck, which is because the records are not standardized. The government data storage and the processing hinders data integration and development of integrated systems. Each center has its own way of keeping it, sort of getting the servers to talk to each other, creating that coordination is a lot of work which is going on. It's not complete. There is a lot of inadequate digitization of government data, specifically for land records. Some states are exceptionally good at this. For example, Gujarat, some states are not. They are work in progress. Till we bring all the states onto the same level, there's always going to be that data bridging that requires. One of the biggest things now, all of us use mobiles and credit cards. We know The biggest problem today is data security, and that is something that the Ministry of Electronics and IT has expressed grave reservations about sharing valuable data with the risk of private parties potentially monetizing sensitive infra. So this is, it's a very fine balancing act that needs to be done by the government, in which it doesn't want to share copious amounts of data which can be monetized by private parties for their own gains. And another thing is the limited data sharing by private sector. This hampers optimal decision making for projects under 6 trillion under the National Monetization Plan involving core infrastructure. Major issues falling beyond the ambit of PMGS, which is the land acquisition, is a frequent and major bottleneck or a roadblock to India's development. Roadblock is a word which I use as a euphemism here. Due to issues regarding land acquisition, many development projects, as you know, are postponed, delayed, put in a cold box for several years all over the country. Other challenges not addressed by PMGS includes legal problems, alienation of local populations due to infra development, and environmental standards not complied with. So how can India improve the implementation of PM Gati Shakti? Firstly, and this is something which the government has done a lot of work on, it requires a lot more work, is the simplification of the bureaucratic procedure related to land acquisition and project approvals. Enhancing interdepartmental coordination can expedite these processes, which is crucial for timely project completion. Second, address the certain key issues like structural and macroeconomic stability issues that result from large public spending. Third, tackle land acquisitions decisions proactively so that instead of acquiring new lands, policymakers should also focus on using GIS and remote sensing to identify and redevelop already degraded or polluted areas for infra projects. Fourth, open up the Gati Shakti platform to private sectors by granting private companies access to non-sensitive and shareable data. The government can foster an environment of collaboration and transparency, which will actually turbocharge our national logistics plan. And finally, district level expansion. If the PM Gati Shakti District Master Plan portal comes into being fully, it would ensure decentralization of the planning, promoting inclusive growth across regions and local communities. In conclusion, the PM Gati Shakti initiative represents a transformative approach to infra development in India, aiming to create a seamless and efficient multimodal transportation network. By integrating the efforts of various ministries and leveraging advanced technologies, this initiative seeks to enhance connectivity and reduce logistics costs across the nation. Thank you very much.